Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your reading. It is for the week ahead, Libra. How are you? I hope you're well. Libra, if you are my ride or die, you know what this means, right? We're looking at some oracles this week. We're going to look at the oracles and find out what the overall energy is for the week ahead. So if you are my ride or die, you know that I'm always reading for the week ahead. Whether you get this today, tomorrow, or next year, it's always going to be for the week ahead. So Libra, let's take a look. If you are brand new, and you're just rolling up on all these shenanigans, I hope you'll stay. And if you decide to stay, there is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner if you decide to do that. And I hope that you will. Let's find out what's going on for you, Libra. Tell me what's going on for Libra, please. Libra, we have a new moon in Aquarius coming up on the 29th, so just in a couple of days. You might want to just go to your favorite astrologer and find out how that's going to affect your energy going forward here. We've got the gates of triumph. I like it. Success expands in your life. Look, you've been getting these readings that have been telling you lately, Libra, with me. Your readings with me have been all about stepping through a door. Something new is coming. It's like things are getting better. I feel like that the success expands in your life, like the door is open now. Look, the sun is in the distance. The sun, the happiness that you want is in the distance. So the gates of triumph, either they're already open or they're about to swing open. Look, like I said, we have a new moon coming up on the 29th. It could definitely be around that time, right? We do have great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward again. Another indication that it's time for you to get in the boat and go on a trip. Maybe you're just going to go camping. I don't know. But, for those of you who are living in the summer months right now, it feels like it's time for you to take a risk and venture forward. So taking small risks, right? Maybe emotional risks, because we look at a boat and the boat is in the water. We do have great adventure. So there is some sort of adventure coming up here. The gates of triumph are about to open. So I feel like it's going to be an adventure where you're going to win. Like it feels like things are going to be triumphant for you here. Let's find out what else is going on for Libra. Tell me about Libra. We've got perseverance. So I feel like it's been a bit of a wait for you. It says, I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. All three of these cards are about that. It's about success expanding in your life, taking a risk, going on some sort of adventure, great adventure, and having perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. So the universe, I feel, is trying to be your hype man. I feel like the universe has been trying to push you forward and saying, look, it can be yours. Get out there and get it. The doors are open. For some of you, the door is going to open on the 29th when the new cycle begins, or the new chapter. Change is afoot, my friend. There is some change coming here. So it says, I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement, without progress, without change, there's no progress, right? So I feel like you're about to make a leap. It feels like a quantum leap. You're about to make a leap from a place where you didn't think that you could do it, having perseverance, and then change is on your doorstep. It does feel like it's probably change is coming at the end of next week. We have courage. Oh boy, courage. I find the inner strength to face fear with confidence. Maybe you've been saying, I'm going to take that trip. Maybe you've been threatening. I'm going to take that trip, or I'm going to go on that adventure. Or I'm finally going to write the book, or I'm going to send the book to the publisher, or I'm finally going to have that. I'm finally going to put I'm going to have I don't know, what do they do? Photography. Maybe you're going to finally put your photography on display. I don't know what it is. I always pick up on creative things with you, Libra. It feels like maybe you're finally going to sing in front of a crowd. Maybe it's that, but it feels like a big change is coming. And it's because you've persevered here that it's like a big payout is coming to you from the universe. You've had the courage and the perseverance to move forward. And now the great adventure is about to open here. What's this? Community. Some of you possibly are moving to a new community, or you might make that decision in the week ahead that it's time for change, right? I love this here. We've got the rainbow, and the rainbow is an indication that the hardest times are over, right? We know that that's biblical, right? That the rainbow showed up after the 40 days and 40 nights of rain, but because of all the butterflies, it feels here like there is some sort of really beautiful change. It's like you're being reborn. It feels like you're walking through the door for the new moon, possibly. And maybe possibly to a new community. Look, it doesn't mean that you have to be leaving where you live. This could be a new community of friends. Maybe you're volunteering in a new community. It feels like whatever it is, it's community related, or you're going to be building a community when you do it. We've got enlightenment. Look, this is a beautiful reading. Enlightenment. You're about to take off. Look at that boat taking off into the sky here. Yeah. You're about to take off, my friend. You're about to launch something. It's like a book launch or a business launch, or you're launching like this book, this boat is launching. So I don't know if it's a trip or you're walking through a door or walking through to the new cycle. Whatever it is, you've got enlightenment and courage. It's time for you to get moving here. Something good is about to happen here. Tell me what else is going on. Let's look at some detail through the tarot here. Tell me about Libra, Sun and Rising, Venus and Jupiter, moving you to success and expansion in your life through the gates of triumph. Tell me what this is here for Libra, please. We've got the Two of Cups in the reverse. We've got the Page of Swords. Oh, interesting. This is a new course of action. This is something that's new. It's a new course of action, something that's close to your heart. And then the Page of Swords tells me you've learned a lesson, because this is the student. It feels like you've been walking around like tippy-toeing, maybe walking on eggshells, tippy-toeing, being very careful with the information that you've been figuring out here. It feels like for some of you, I'm just going to say, because the Two of Cups is in the reverse, that maybe you're leaving an unhealthy relationship. That could be what the gates of triumph are, that you're done and you're just walking through the door. Got the King of Cups. So wherever you're going to is a place of peace. Whether it's a community, it's a change of heart, a change of your energy. We've got the Sun. Oh, I've got something here. What's this? Oh, the Queen of Swords is buckled. Oh, okay. That's the one we need then, isn't it? Two of Swords. Three of Swords on the bottom of the deck. Okay. So it does feel like this is something that... yeah, I'm just going to say that somebody has realized, like, the relationship I was in was not the relationship for me. I thought I was in love. I'm not in love with this person. I thought that I feel like you've learned something. The Sun is here, and so it's shedding a little light on the subject, right? With the Sun here, it's like you've come to a realization that you've persevered long enough. It's time for you. The Sun is here, and the Sun is here, but it's past the mountain ranges, right? It's past the mountain ranges, and it's through the door. So it does feel like somebody here is letting go of possibly a relationship that's not working for them. It could be platonic. It doesn't have to be romantic. Tell me about this, the Two of Cups. Got the Two of Pentacles. It's a decision being made here. We've got the Three of Cups. We've got the Three of Wands. Look, you could be seeing twos and threes, I'm going to say. Oh, 2 and 3 is 5. So it's a little bit of lack in the situation here. I feel like you were waiting for something. You were waiting for something to change, waiting, oh, they're going to change. You know, the situations when we get into those types of relationships, whether they're friendships or with relationships we have within our family or a love relationship. But we do have this one wand that is ready to burn away, and then the decision is being made to go. So it feels like with the Three of Cups here, I feel like what you didn't want to do is rock the balance of this group of people. So whoever the group is, whether maybe you're living with somebody and you have a family, or maybe it is your family, like your mom, dad, sister, brother, kind of part of the family, but it feels like a decision is being made here that I'm no longer happy here, and the door is open. It's time for me to go. I feel like you're in this place where you've been trying to make this decision with the Four of Cups. You've been in a comfort zone, and I feel like you've decided that you can't stay there anymore because you're unhappy. And it's come to light because the Sun is here. It's a realization that I prefer to be happy. The Page of Swords is the one who's learning that, right? That's the student. And so It's like it comes to you as an aha moment. There's like a bunch of light bulbs over the head of the Page of Swords. And so I feel like you come to this realization that I just don't want to be here anymore. I've persevered long enough. It's time for change. Maybe I got to change the community. Yeah, you weren't happy here. It's lack, right? We've got the Five of Pentacles, got the Six of Cups. For some of you, it is a friend group, a soulmate friend, or it is maybe a person that you grew up with, or it could be your family. And we have the Two of Wands. Yeah. So I feel like you are preparing to go. Whether that is, maybe I just need to get away. Maybe you just need to go on a holiday by yourself. It could be that. But the Two of Wands is telling me that you've already made the decision to go. Now it's just a matter of preparation, because I feel like you've already decided it's time for me to leave the Six of Cups. So the comfort of the soulmate group, or maybe this is a romantic relationship for you, but it feels like you no longer feel like you believe there, or that you live there or belong there. I'm starting to combine words. It's almost like Mercury retrograde's around the corner. So it feels like you don't feel like you belong there anymore. That even when you're in this group of people, the Six of Cups, that's like the worst feeling, right? When you get into a group of people and you feel like, oh, I get to go out with a group of people. And then all of a sudden you get into the group of people and you feel like you're on the outside looking in. And so I feel like for somebody here, you've realized it with the Sun and the Page of Swords. You've realized that this is not the place for you. So I feel like you're making a change, finding a different community. Maybe you're leaving, maybe you're moving. But in order to find your peace here with the King of Cups, I feel like in order to find your inner peace, it's time for you to go. We've got the Ace of Swords, and you get clarity on that it's time for me to move myself to a new community. So whether that is a physical move for you, or just leaving the group of people you were with, the soulmate group, maybe it's a soul tribe, and going forward here. The Queen of Cups, yeah. It feels like the reason that you're doing it here is because you've had some realizations here. I think, Libra, that it's time to offer yourself some compassion. Look, we automatically think that when we get into a group of people, maybe we've grown up with these people, like through school. Maybe they're a group of people at our workplace, or maybe they're a group of people that are in our family, that we feel like we're supposed to endure it because they're blood related, or because we grew up with them. Or I feel like somebody here is making the decision that I don't want to be in that situation anymore. It's no longer serving me. I need to be happy. I want to be happy, and I want to be content and full of peace. And I feel like the decision that you make, the download that you have, of the crystal clear, triumphant sort of aha moment that you have, is that I am the compassionate one. I'm the loving one. I'm the person who everybody calls too sensitive. Like, I feel like you're the person who's always trying to love and care for people. And I feel like maybe the group you were in is maybe built a little bit on swords, possibly. We do have the Nine of Cups. You're going to be the happiest if you go. But I feel like first you're going to have to say something, right? The Queen of Swords for me, even when the Empress isn't present, the Queen of Swords for me is usually the last queen that we learn, that we master before we become the Empress, whether you're feminine or masculine. It feels like the Queen of Swords is the person who finally says something. Finally, we got you wanting to be in peace, right? You're the compassionate one, wanting to be in peace. And I feel like we've got your heart now is sort of tucked away, and you're in the Swords energy, and you're like, you know what? I'm over it. I feel like you're just going to be giving people great clarity in an honest, truthful way. Not aggressively, but assertively. I feel like you're just going to say, look, you guys are blocking me from what I want, from what I love, from the balance I need. It feels like, this is Libra energy, right? The Two of Swords. And so, the Two of Swords is, but I meant to say the Queen of Swords. And you know that it's going to break people's heart, because 2 and 1 is 3, right? The Queen is carrying a sword. And so you know that it's going to be harsh or hard, or they're going to feel some type of way about it, but you got to do what you got to do for you. Because I feel like this group, whoever they are, they don't want you to leave. They don't want to see you do better. They don't want to see you in a new community. They would rather see you in the same place that you were, but you've come to a place of enlightenment. And when you come to a place of enlightenment, you must move forward, right? You have to move forward. That's the whole point of enlightenment. You know that you're on to the next task. You're on the next path, whatever it is. Tell me the realization the Sun has brought you here, Libra. I feel like you're going to be honest, really honest with people around you, but I think you're going to do it in the kindest way because the King of Cups is here with the Queen of Swords, right? I feel like you're going to do it in the kindest way. And even if this is mom and dad, look, when the Queen and King of Cups show up, to me, it could be your parents as well. That you're just saying, like, you guys need to get a hold of this family because it's not good for me. It's very toxic. We've got the Ace of Wands. We've got the Nine of Wands. Yeah, you're releasing the burdens here. I feel like your hands were tied, or I felt like you feel like your hands were tied. It's like they're my family. I can't go anywhere. But you can still make the decision to put family members who are toxic behind a boundary. I feel like you're ready for greatness. I feel like something is ready to launch. It feels like, it almost feels like a little bit of jealousy that's running in the background through your friend group or through your family group. People are like, trying to pull you off track or saying, you can't do that. What do you think? You think you're better than us, right? We've all been blue collar workers all our life. You think you're better than us? You're going to go like publish your book or sell your paintings or whatever it is. You think you're going to be better than us and make all kinds of money? Like, it almost feels like that kind of energy to me. And it feels like that's the reason why you've stayed in the Eight of Swords. But look, the 8 and the 2 are here. It's 10 swords. You need to release it. It's going to be the hardest thing you've ever done. But I think you've got to release it. The 9 of Wands is here with the Ace of Wands. Again, too much pressure. I've got to get the pressure off. I've got to release the pressure of performing the way they want me to, living in this small little box they've put me in. And so it's something here that you're not happy with. And I feel like you are making a decision. And for some of you, it's a friend group or a soul tribe group or people that you go out drinking with on the weekend. It could be simply be someone that you're saying, look, I'm just not doing that with my time and my money anymore. I don't want to hit the bar. I don't want to do that. I'm not doing that with my time and money anymore. I'm ready to launch something new. And so for some of you, it's family. For some of you, it's friendship. For some of you, it could be a romantic connection where you're like, I can't do this anymore. I'm just unhappy. It's time for a breakup because you see that the door is open, which could for you be the 29th, right? It could be the new moon. Maybe that's why you're feeling this way. It's time for change. Because when the new moons and the full moons come up, full moons are about release and new moons are about change, right? It's now that we've released some things. Now it's time for us to step through the new door. I've got the Ace of Pentacles here. Yeah, it's something that you've been putting off, right? You can see that with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like you've stopped. You've stalled. You're right before the moment where you could, you've done all the work. You see that person's hands are dirty, right? You've done all the work. And I feel like you've rooted something and now it's time to launch it. This is the last thing before everything gets beautiful or wonderful. And I've got the Hanged Man energy, but you're stalled. I feel like the Knight of Pentacles is telling me you're stalled. And so the Hanged Man is telling me you're stalled for looking for perspective. What's going to happen from here? I think it's a worrisome plan for you that you know that success is out there. And I think what's holding you back is the Page of Cups. I feel like you have love for these people or affection for these people. And they're almost taking offense to the things, like to your growth, to you leaving their vibration and going to a new one, or for maybe you need to move. Maybe you're someone who needs to move to New York in order to get your dream off the ground, or move to Australia in order to get your dream off the ground. Like maybe you're somebody who's going to be moving a long distance. And I feel like, you've had a realization that you cannot live your life for these people anymore. It's time for you to be compassionate with yourself and go to the place where you're going to be happy, even if it means you're going to be happy and single, because 9s are about doing it all on your own, and the 2 of Cups is in the reverse. So I'm just going to leave that right there. Thank you so much for coming here and watching here, Libra. I will be back because I'm always back, and I'm always going to be back with a sneak peek, which is tomorrow. Love you guys. Have a great week. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.